Well, this is it, fans. It's all come down to this moment. This is where it all gets decided. Johnson steps in, checks the signs. He makes a few adjustments and goes through the motions. Talk about a classic confrontation. The heat is on, and boy, you can really feel the tension. Johnson's reaching way down. He's digging in. Here's the delivery. Look out! What a shot! He's going back, way back. He's heading for the ball. It is going. It is gone!
Pepsi, the choice of a new generation.
And that's it, folks. The ball game is over.
Throw him in a cold shower to snap him out of it and then get him back to his phones.
Yes, Miss Grummel.
We need everybody we can get.
Oh, good day. You seem to be in a position of some importance. I wish to volunteer for the grammar hotline.
Well, thank God. They're dropping like flies around here. We need everyone we can get. We need to get right to it.
Oh, I clearly underestimated the importance of the grammar hotline's mission. I thought I was the only one left who had a decent concern and respect for proper grammar.
You were, Pilgrim. Until they found out.
Please excuse my calculated lack of any sense of humor whatsoever, but I do not understand the verbal riddle you seem to be posing.
The TSWE, man! The TSWE! They found out it's important!
Oh, the tizwa! The Serbo-Croatian word meaning as of or pertaining to a midget...
No. The test of standard written English. It's part of the SATs now. It's part of the SATs.
The SATs, I remember those now. I took those when I was, 10. Yes, it was a formality that had to be gotten out of the way to secure my admittance to MIT. I enjoyed it immensely. I don't recall the TSWE as being very important, though. As I recall, one receives a separate score for the test, and then colleges use it to determine the English class into which the incoming student will be placed.
Get a clue, pal. That's what they say it's used for, but they cannot control what those admissions officers think once they see that part of your score. The last college to use the TSWEs just for placement also taught that the world was flat.
Oh, my goodness.
Colleges might use the TSWE score to help them decide whether or not to admit someone, just like the rest of the test.
Oh, well, then it is very important. Thank you for clarifying that point.
Yeah, it's important, all right. This grammar hotline is sizzling. Those kids have questions about sentence structure, about word choice, about grammar. We can't keep up.
It's sentence structure, word choice, grammar, those are the essentials, as I recall. And there are two types of questions, aren't there?
That's right. Now, the first type is the usage question. They give you a sentence, parts of it are underlined. One of the underlined parts might contain an error.
Well, might more than one of the underlined parts contain an error?
No, they mightn't not. There will be one error at most, and any error will be in the underlined part of the sentence.
Only the underlined part.
That's right. Now, assume everything else is fine. Absolutely fine, correct. The real trick is this. The whole sentence might be perfectly correct. There might not be any error at all.
Then one leaves it blank.
No, one never leaves a blank if one can avoid it. If the whole sentence seems fine, you fill in choice E for no error. Tell the caller not to waste time looking for mistakes when the sentence seems correct. This will be about 1/5 of the time.
Oh, so about 5 out of every 25 possible answers.
Right, Einstein. Now, the other kind of question is the sentence correction. That's when they give you a sentence with one part underlined.
So one only reads the underlined part.
No, one reads the whole sentence. That's the only way to know what, if anything, is wrong with the underlined part.
Oh, so nothing at all might be wrong?
Right. Choice A always repeats the underlined part as it was originally written. So, if the sentence seems A-OK, pick A. Now, if there is something wrong, then one of the other four choices is right. The test taker has to choose the one that best completes the sentence.
My understanding is now complete and lucid. I feel totally confident in my ability to skillfully man the phones.
Yeah? Well, sit right down here and get to it. I have to hit the streets and look for more volunteers. Now, good luck.
My, how exciting. I'll be affecting the lives of total strangers. Grammar hotline. How may I be of assistance?
Well, I tell you, I'm looking at this TSWE usage question, right? And I tell you, I mean it now, I can't find one darn thing wrong with it.
Well, read me the sentence if you will.
Well, here goes. Probably the best known baseball player of all time, Babe Ruth, established a record for lifetime home runs that has only recently been broke. Now, probably is choice A. Of all time is choice B. Only recently is choice C. And been broke is D.
All right. I trust you've read the sentence twice before trying to come to any conclusion? Yes? Good. All right. Now, in reading the sentence over, pay close attention to the verb. Now, does been broke sound correct to you?
Well, I'll tell you, I've heard things a lot worse.
Yes, I'm sure you have. Now, perhaps, if you notice the complete form of the verb as it is used in this sentence, it contains the word has. Now, if we scurry around to the other side of these adverbs, only recently, and put has next to been broke, now does that help you?
By golly, you know you're right. It shouldn't be has been broke. It should be has been broken. So the error is choice D. Thanks a lot.
Grammar hotline.
Oh, help me. You gotta help me. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, you gotta help me with this TSWE question.
Perhaps it would help if you read the question rather than rending the air with your plaintive cries.
Okay. Are you listening? Okay. Are you listening? Okay. One of the goals of women's organizations is to encourage projects that will make life easier for working mothers. Choice A is goals of. B is to encourage. C is make. And D, easier for. I think it's choice B because it should be are, not is. Isn't that right?
What, pray tell, do you take to be the subject of the sentence? The subject is not the plural noun goals. That's the object of the preposition. The subject of the sentence is the word one. Now, I don't wish to question your mathematical skills, but one is singular. And the singular subject, singular form of the verb. All right? So is correct. Well then, may we desist in this tedious endeavor? There are no erroneous elements in this sentence. And since it is all correct, we can mark choice E for no error.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You are entirely welcome. Yes.
Grammar hotline.
Grammar hotline.
Yeah, yo, baby, I got me a grammar question for you.
Yes, we are quite proficient at responding to such inquiries.
This is how it goes. Many travelers claim having seen the abominable snowman, but no one has proved that such a creature actually exists. Choice A is having seen, B is but, C is such a creature, and D is the word actually, you dig?
Yes, indeed, Daddy-O, if I may address you in the language of the hipster. Do you see any problems?
Well, my man, I could think of other ways of saying such a creature. I could say really instead of actually.
Well, that might be an alternative way to express a point, but that doesn't make the original wording incorrect. C and D are not good choices. You will notice, however, that the whole verb has not been underlined. The complete verb form here is claim having seen. Now, that is unacceptable. The underlined part of the verb doesn't fit with the non-underlined part. And so the underlined part can be considered an error. The correct way to express a thought would have been claim to have seen. Can you, as they might say, dig it, man?
Yeah, baby. Thanks a lot, man.
Oh. How gratifying to be of assistance to all these fine young men and women who tirelessly pursue knowledge, wisdom, and admittance to the schools that will get them the fattest paychecks after graduation. Grammar hotline.
Yeah, I got a TSWE sentence correction question. If one of you grammar geeks can take your nose out of a dictionary long enough to help me out.
Well, unfortunately, this is a public service, and as such, open to even the likes of you. Please continue with your query.
Okay, here it is. Laura Ingalls Wilder wrote her first book. Now here comes the underlined part. And she was 65 years old then. And here are the choices. A is the same as the original sentence.
Well, choice A is always identical to the original underlined part of the sentence in this section of the TSWE.
Are you going to let me read these choices or what? Now, choice B is when she was 65 years old. C is at age 65 years old. D is upon reaching 65 years. And E is at the time when she was 65.
Well, does the original sentence sound correct to you?
If I knew what sounded correct, would I be calling you?
Well, if we think there's a mistake, we can eliminate choice A. Because in sentence correction questions, choice A merely repeats the underlined part of the sentence. Now, the presence of the word and suggests the ideas in each part of this sentence are roughly equal in importance. That's not really the case here. So that's part of the problem with the sentence. As written. So choice A may be eliminated. Now, let's go on to consider choice E, shall we?
Sure.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Now, on the one hand, E is a wordy way of stating the idea. But on the other hand, so is D.
Not as wordy as you are, pal. And how about C, smart guy?
Well, I seldom use the phrase at age 65 years old. Do you? It simply isn't standard usage. Now, on the other hand...
How many hands you got there, 4?
As I was saying, choice B is simply a magnificent example of standard written English and very well suited to making this sentence correct. Try reading the whole sentence using choice B.
Laura Ingalls Wilder published her first book when she was 65 years old. Yeah, that sounds good. Well, thanks a lot, Grammar Hotline guy.
That's Grammar Hotline Guy, sir, to you. Grammar Hotline.
Yeah, I got this sentence correction question. And get this, the whole thing is underlined. It goes like this here. Althea Gibson was the first black American to win major tennis championships and played in the 1950s.
As I was just reminding another seeker of grammatical wisdom, the conjunction and should be used only to join ideas of similar importance. And is misused in this sentence, and so we can eliminate choice A. Now read choice B.
All right. Althea Gibson being the first black American to win major tennis championships and playing in the 1950s.
Well, that isn't even a complete sentence. Oh, my goodness. Because sentences need verbs, and playing and being are participles. Oh, my. How about choice C?
All right, here it goes. Choice C. Althea Gibson playing in the 1950s, being the first black American to win major tennis championships.
Just as I thought. That's not a complete sentence either. Now read D and E.
D. Althea Gibson, who played in the 1950s, was the first black American to win major tennis championships. E. Althea Gibson played in the 1950s. She was the first black American to win major tennis championships.
Well, choice E employs a comma to link together what are really two complete sentences. That's unacceptable. Choice D seems to be the choice to choose. The main point about Ms. Gibson appears in the main part of the sentence, while the less important idea is set off with a clause, beginning with who. Yes, choice D it is.
Great. You sure are smart.
That is correct. Grammar Hotline.
Hi, you know the TSWE? It's a total bummer test, man. Total bummer. They should call it the TBT for total bummer test, yeah? Uh-huh.
Did you have a question, young lady?
Uh-huh. There's this sentence here. Being as it was a full moon, the tides were exceptionally high when the storm struck. That first part, being as it was a full moon, is underlined. But, I don't think it's right.
Well, you're quite correct. The expression being as is not acceptable, so we can eliminate choice A.
Oh, that's a real bummer for choice A.
Yes, I'm sure it is. Please read choice B.
With the moon as full.
Well, this leads us to expect some sort of comparison. As full as what? I'd like to know. No, let's eliminate choice B.
Wow, you're totally ruthless, man. It's kind of scary. Here's choice C. Try to be cool with it, okay? Due to there being a full moon...
Oh, well, how can I be cool, as you say, when the expression due to their being is so very wordy? Choice D, if you please. Choice D.
Really sorry, man. D goes like this. The moon was full.
Well, that is a sentence in itself. The non-underlined part of the question sentence is also a sentence in itself. They cannot be joined by a common comma. No, choice E, please.
Oh, yeah, E. Here it is. Because the moon was full.
Well, E is proper English, and this is more than I can say for you, young lady. Makes sense. See, the word because links the two parts of the sentence with an idea of causation. The fullness of the moon caused the exceptionally high tides. See, choice E is correct. Do you understand the answer to the question?
Oh, what question?
Oh, well, I don't suppose one can expect gratitude from the masses. Brilliance, as well as enormous personal charm, must be its own reward. Grammar